There are many back and forth details with regards to microtransit. And one thing I must say is that it's rare when you find stuff on microtransit from an actual microtransit operator. So here I am. Now, what is microtransit, you might ask? Well, in layman's terms, it's basically a combination between a shuttle bus and Uber, where instead of being picked up in front of your house in some random person's car, which nothing against that, by the way, basically you head to a corner where now every corner is a bus stop that takes you to or near the place that you want to go. And while I am not denying the benefits that comes from having a microtransit service in an area, if if you're a city planner and you just want to make sure that public transportation works, please don't make microtransit your first option. Just make the buses and trains as best as they can be. So, working for Via Jersey City, I've driven almost every type of vehicle that we've had in our fleet, from ones that are still in our fleet to temporary ones. The ones that are still in our fleet to this day is the Mercedes-Benz Metris, the Chrysler Pacifica, one Voyager, which is basically the Pacifica, like come on Chrysler, and also the Kia Niro EVs. For temporary vehicles, for a short time we had two Chevy Traverses in our fleet, and I was able to drive them, and down to this day they're the best vehicles that I've driven for Via Jersey City. So for everyone that has followed me on Instagram and have been on my trips, y'all know which vehicle in our fleet that I think is the best. First off, let's go with what I believe is probably maybe not the worst, but ones that I'm not a fan of, and that's the Chryslers, what we have been receiving in our fleet as of lately. Now, I've driven them a few times before, and it's nothing against Chrysler because I consider the Chrysler Pacifica as a typical minivan that is for the cliche mom and dad and three or more kids in the back seats. That's the kind of van that it's built for, but not pretty much built for microtransit in a way. Like basically, for crowd control, it's not the best. To constantly open and close the sliding doors, you have to reach up, and you also have to make sure that you're in park, which yes, it's a slight safety hazard on the end of the Mercedes-Benz Metris, but it actually helps for public transportation in a way because that's basically what microtransit is to some degree. The Kia Niro EV, in my opinion, is really fun to drive. Like I've only driven one of them so far, and it's even the only electric car that I've driven thus far. And basically, what I gotta say for that is they are horrible with regards to capacity. Now, it fits at around five passengers at a time. You have the driver and the four other passengers that could be inside, but the capacity is not too great in my opinion for a public transportation service. In fact, the one day that I driven the Via, driven the Kias, that is basically where I had more than one time where someone had to sit in the front row with me, and basically, if for everyone that has taken Via Jersey City and believe that it's awkward, you're not alone. I think it's awkward too. And then finally, you have the Mercedes-Benz Metris, which is arguably the best vans that we have, and the best vans for public transportation altogether, whether for microtransit, dollar cabs, or just taxi cabs altogether. Not only is crowd control definitely better with the two seats in the second row not being divided, which definitely helps with crowd control in a way. Also, from the point of view of the driver, they're so much easier to drive. Like, it almost has the height of an SUV, but the power steering and driving sensation like driving a sports car. They are the best vans that we have in our fleet. And I'm honestly sad that Mercedes-Benz is discontinuing them in North America due to low sales, so I've read. And basically, there's some really nice vans that we have, and if we have to say goodbye to the Metris one day, I'm not a big fan of the Chryslers. Like, the next best van that I think would be good for our fleet is the Honda Odyssey, only because of the fact that you could open the sliding doors from the left side of the steering wheel. You don't have to reach up like you have to in the Chrysler Pacifica, the Voyager, and the Toyota Sienna for that matter. Of course, there are other minivans that are coming to the market, and I wouldn't mind if Via could probably test some of them out so that way we could see which one is better, but altogether we'll see. Do I say Microtransit is a decent service for a local community? Yes, but I wouldn't see that as the only option. Again, if the buses and trains could be better within a local community, that would be honestly smarter than coming up with a microtransit service. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments.